in up to 72 months or up to $1,000 cash back and payments as low as $99 a month. Bill Schubert Heating and Air, 213 Campbell Street in Shelby, where comfort is their concern.
Only do things incredible can, cause I am seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
All right, which one of you guys is bringing us in today?
You got us, Hunter. Go ahead.
It's going to be me.
That's it. You are the man today.
So you mean I'm the one that's supposed to say this is the Campers Inn Saturday morning talk show for sports, really? Not just a talk show, sports talk. That's what I'm supposed to say?
That's it. And also sponsored by Mitchem's Kitchen.
Well, there you go. Also sponsored by Mitchem's Kitchen. You know, I think that was a good way to start today. As we wait on Kevin. I don't know what he's doing back there. He's playing around with JP.
He thinks Cleveland's trying to get them an extra pick.
He's making phone calls. He's making phone calls to the commissioner. Hey, Goodell. We need one more pick. One more first-round pick.
Close the door to that dog.
Terry, this is the week where the Browns take their steps to being better than the Cowboys and Panthers this year, buddy. Get ready. Hit that button there for me, Carson. Let's get our computers up and running. Good morning, everybody. Y'all ready for y'all's biscuits? I don't even think we've had time to
ready for
biscuits. I got Hunter with two beside me.
Easy now.
AP and myself and Terry haven't opened up ours. You get yours, Carson. Carson took care of his too.
It's gone.
Carson and Hunter got longer drives than the rest of us.
Yeah.
And mine's about 15-ish minutes, and you guys are a little bit longer than that. And
40.
I'm sure y'all were hungry by the time y'all get here.
I was hungry.
I think about it on the way up here. I'm not gonna lie.
That's all he's got. Terry.
I sit there in silence, and I'm just like,
I had so many people thinking about you, did you?
Well, I don't know. I'm still looking at the puppy pound. Yeah, the puppy
Terry, let
pound.
me see that. Let me see that.
There you go. Y'all can put my Cleveland Browns fan toboggan hat on, my dog pound hat on.
Puppy pound. If they pick two quarterbacks, they should be discarded and eliminated from the NFL.
What's this? Terry, who do you pull for?
The Cowboys.
What happened in 1989 draft?
So?
You two go right there for everybody watching at home. Terry, you want to talk about the 1989 draft for a second?
Well, I mean, we had to find somebody. Y'all had people. Y'all had multiple.
How did Kirk Cousins end up in Washington, Hunter?
Kirk Cousins ended up in Washington.
Was he the first quarterback drafted in his draft?
No, he wasn't.
What happened in that one?
The first quarterback taken by the Redskins was, in fact, Robert Griffin III.
Yes, he was.
Great trade.
Great. Yeah.
Now, that's debatable. But
no, it's not.
They still... No, I mean, like... yeah, Carson's right about that.
I know. That's how the Rams have become who they are.
That's the best thing, Jeff. That's the only good thing Jeff Fisher
They picked two quarterbacks in the first round.
They did.
It ended up in... now they've had... Since really Kirk Cousins took over,
that wasn't the first round.
Years.
If you're gonna say,
I didn't say that. They were two quarterbacks picked
in the draft. Yeah,
right. Now, but the Cowboys did take two in the first round because in the supplemental draft they picked Aitman first.
Right.
Supplemental draft they picked Steve Walsh. They had to give. That meant they had to give up next year's first round pick. So they used two first round picks in 1989 on quarterbacks. Yeah. They said, winner take all. Well, Steve Walsh won early. Aitman didn't play but the last couple of games of his rookie season.
And I'm gonna be honest, in that draft, and this is me as a Cowboy fan, I really messed up because I liked Steve Walsh.
And see, he just went crazy on that. Tom, I hope you're listening to his analysis.
No, I did.
Picking two quarterbacks.
I don't know. Yeah, I just think it's very hard. Dallas was really starting over, which Cleveland is too. But
Dallas was 1-15.
I know, but we have not went through 30 quarterbacks trying to hunt one.
That's true. You went through Babe Loftenberg.
Well, we never went through.
Who else was after Staubach?
You can't name 30. You can't name 30.
Danny White. Who else was? Danny White was good, but he wasn't that good. But he wasn't great.
I mean, our worst picks would have come.
Danny White was like the Kirk Cousins of
when
Alex
Aikman
Smith
left
at that time.
You know what I'm saying? The quarterbacks between Aikman to Romo.
Oh yeah, the Hutchinsons,
Yeah,
and the
Carters, and yeah. I mean,
Carter snorting coke.
I mean, you could have named a lot in that band, but it wouldn't have been no 30.
off the lineman's backs or something. Who knows?
I mean, that's my deal. And if you're going to pass up on Barkley and you're going to pass up on Chubb to get two quarterbacks, I just think that you're just setting yourself back for another 10 years.
All right, we're going to mock draft and talk about that more here in a little bit. Now, Terry, I remember the Cowboys did it and it worked out pretty good. Turned into 3 Super Bowls. Now, real quick before we get into it too much, Chris Carter the other day said 3 of these 5 quarterbacks are going to bust. JP, turn that off.
That's right.
He said 3 of these 5 quarterbacks going to bust, Terry, right?
That's exactly right.
Then why shouldn't they pick 2?
This is, to me,
this is the only reason I'll give it to you. The only reason I think that they should pick 2. I'm getting so frustrated. The only reason they shouldn't pick 2 is because they already signed Tyrod Taylor.
Exactly.
That's the only reason I think they shouldn't. Now, what if that 2 though? Now get this: New England just traded up 2 spots. They got 2 first-round picks in the 20s. Mm-hmm. What if New England calls Cleveland at 4? They move back and take Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
I can understand that. I would be okay. If I was a fan, now here's my deal. Seriously, y'all, if I am a Cleveland Brown right now,
and then they'd get more than those 2 picks.
Yeah.
Also, if they trade back that far, they'd get next year's second round or first round even too from New England.
I don't think you can lose either way you go if you take Barkley or Chubb at number 1. Because one of them 4 is still going to be available when they get to you at number 4 for you to pick. And just like they said, he said 3 out of the 4 are going to be bust. So, I mean, so you don't get the guy, but you still got Taylor. I mean, you've already traded for quarterback. You've traded so many times for a quarterback trying to help his team that Cleveland fans have to be mad. So, and then you're going to tell me this year, hey, buddy, we're going to take 2 chances. And what if your 2 chances is 3 of the 4 that does nothing?
You can also make the argument, they've never drafted a quarterback well also, so why do it again? Because they've already signed Tyrod. So are you trying to make the playoffs with Tyrod? Well, what's their goal
How
with
old is
Tyrod?
How old is he?
I don't know, 28. He's not
that's
that
what
old.
I'm saying. He's not old.
And he just
He's got some
down
juice
the field.
left in him.
All right, we're going to mock draft here in just a little bit. So we're going to spend quite a bit of time on that as we're going to go around the room picking picks. I'll go 1 and 4 for the Browns, and then y'all guys can we'll move around from that.
All right.
Let's see. All right, Terry. We've got high school baseball this week and scores. Terry's already got his mock
That
draft.
was last week's. We did.
Oh, y'all did that last week.
Yeah. See how much has changed this week.
Okay. I must have been right after I turned the show off to do some t-ball. I didn't hear that part.
Oh wow!
Well, congratulations. And I'm going to be honest.
I've been listening to you on the field actually sometimes.
Seriously. Last week, t-ball time started, and you had a doubleheader.
Yes, we did.
See, I'm gonna tell you now, that to me is amazing. That's better than this draft.
Why is that?
When you have T-ballers and you've got to keep them occupied for 2 hours on the field while they play in dirt.
You have no idea this year's team too. Like, this is the youngest team that we've been on. And Austin, he's been the youngest kid, so he's always been like the first year he was the only young kid. The next year there was like 3 of them, and he was in the middle. This year we've got 7 3-year-olds in the league, on our team. I know 6 3-year-olds, and we put so the rule is, we've got to have kids at the positions, right, in the infield. So we've got all our 6-year-olds in the infield, and then everyone else is in the outfield, and they're just running around the outfield like goats. That's what we told them. We said, look, guys, go to the outfield. I don't care if y'all wrestle each other, tackle, do whatever you want. Just don't run in the dirt. And because Terry, if you turn your back on there's 2 of them. If you turn your back on, they will pick up handfuls of dirt and throw them at the other kids.
They will. They will. Oh, wow.
Yes. And so that's why we're like, go to the outfield and play in the grass.
But now here's my problem.
Our infielders are pretty
You
good.
just got there telling me y'all had a lot of 3 years old.
Yeah.
Think of the lifespan for these young people. 3, 4, 5, and 6, they can play in T-ball.
Yeah, I know. I didn't start my son until he's
4 years. They can play in T-ball. 3-year-old is really young. And don't get me wrong.
I don't think
I think
there's 3 3s and 3 4-year-olds on our team. Like they're so little.
We have got some at West Lincoln that are 4 years old. But you just got through telling me,
yeah, we got 3-year-olds. So
that is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are learning that game right now at 3 years old, you got 4 years of this. It's like going through high school.
How about one of them? How about one of them, y'all? And it's so funny. It's a cute little girl, and every time she hits it, wherever the ball goes, she chases the ball. Instead of running the first.
How many? Here's my deal.
She goes straight after the ball, and so Papa Calvin, if he's listening, not mine, the other Calvin, if he's listening, he knows that. So we've come up with that's our strategy, is that she goes distracts the pitcher getting the ball while other kids run wild around it. So that's a pretty good T-ball strategy in it, Terry. You've seen
it is. I have seen a lot in my life. As a matter of fact, I'm ready to go to one today.
She took the bat, so we had to end that.
And this will be the first time in a long time that I've been on the other end. I'm going to be the spectator today, and my wife's niece is playing her first up in Maiden today, so I'm going to go watch it. And to me, that's amazing. But here's my deal with the whole thing. When you have these kids on, there's no timeout. There's not a kid out there saying, Coach, I need a timeout. I got to go pee. No, forget that. They're running off the field. They're right in the middle of the play getting ready to happen. They just come running across. And what are you doing? Your glove's still in the outfield. They've left it. There's nothing with that glove no more, but it's, hey, I have got to go pee.
Terry's right. They're out there. Two of them, their cousin, was come out to the outfield fence waiting on their game to play. They just went out there and talked to them while I was playing there, and their mom was like, "Hey, your players are here." I was like, "Keep them."
Yeah,
they're doing great right now.
That's amazing.
But our league last night, Terry was invited over to Bedford City High School last night to come out on the field during the national anthem. So we had some of the T-ballers, and it wasn't just the T-ballers. It was some of the older kids too. And our teams we had some of ours out there, and the little girl that chases the ball, of course, is there, and her and her cousin, which is the coach's son, and we've got to figure somehow he ended up. The coach's son is kin to all the little ones, Terry, and he's out in the outfield chasing them, and we're chasing them instead of watching our. We got to fix that up. But anyway, during the national anthem, those two ran circles around the mound the whole national anthem.
Occupation, and that's the reason I said for 2 hours you kept these kids. That's great.
We thought we were, this might end up on YouTube. Because these two are the worst as far as they're going to throw dirt or rocks or kick, or they might even wrestle each other. We're like, we have no idea what's about to happen.
Right.
And they ran. They weren't even supposed to go to the mound. They just ran straight to the mound. We're like, oh gosh, here it comes.
And then when they're coming up to bat, you really, first of all, can you get them to swing the bat? If they're not crying like this is just not something I want to do today,
Yeah, we always have one out there like that. But I want to thank Philip, Russ, and the gang, and Larry Boone out there last night for letting us come out, and the kids enjoyed it. They had fun out there while they got to run out there. They got to run out there with the players, when they did the introductions, and Austin got to run out with I think shortstop last night, so he got to run out with, so he's excited about that.
Can they hold on to the bat? Do they let it go? Just let it fly?
Some of them sling it like major leaguers, flipping their bat, and then some of them, there's some of them that every time they swing, they sling it down the third baseline or almost hit the coach in the shins, and some of them do a really good job. It's our best players. We've got 4 girls that are our best players. Really, the infield is 4 girls and 2 boys, and I just pulled my headphones out so I can't hear that, but. And we rotate all 6 of them around to the different positions. They all just rotate and play whatever positions they kind of really want there, and they have fun. Like I said, I just want to thank everybody at Bestman last night.
Well, I know last night, the other night when we were up there with ours, they had our T-ballers playing, and one of my umpires, he kind of got yanked one good time. You shouldn't get too close. That's what I said. Bat come flying out, took him right out.
Let's see here in the first part of the show, before we get any scores or anything. Let's also Carson Hunter and myself, and we had Terry all fired up about an exhibition game here. While we're already into it, it's always been Terry's corner over here today. We did the ATC Barnstorming tour game Wednesday night, and a couple of things. There was no official rosters or anything, and we had to actually check on that we had, or we could get a hold of it. And I went down the line asking the kids what their numbers were and names, and make sure I got pronunciations and everything right. And everybody, all the high school kids were so excited to be there, and they had a good time. Excuse me. We broadcasted it on 2 radio stations here at Shelby and Lincoln, and then we also did live video. Carson and Hunter here helped out Carson on the broadcast and video as well. That. Hunter sideline reporting, got some good interviews with some of the players, and had some good questions. He didn't ask about Grayson tripping anybody. I kept waiting for that one.
I had to refrain, but I did ask Joel if he was missing Grayson.
Yeah, he did.
I did.
You should have said, well, all right, guys, you just text Grayson. We all had a good trip tonight. And I just kept waiting for something like that from you. I know there was something going on, but you had to have one.
I wish he would have been there, though. Oh, I wish he would have been there.
I do feel bad. There was a lot of Duke fans that were there. Rob Roop and Andy Foster did the broadcast, and Rob's daughter Hannah, who's our Crest camera girl, she loves Grayson Allen, and that's what she was just the first. She wanted to volunteer to be the camera girl on that one, and I had to break her heart when she walked in the gym, because they told me and Carson 5 minutes before everybody else got there. I'm like, oh God,
yeah,
and
yeah.
So what was the deal with him, Carson? He had
a workout with an NBA team out in California. But Nolan Smith, who's an assistant at Duke now, took his place. So there was, Duke representation.
Yeah, that egghead was running around out there.
What was that? He did file an agent. That's one of the biggest reasons he could not come. Also, so
yeah. So the rest of them, they put on a great show. It was more of a Harlem Globetrotter-esque type show, I would say. I thought it was fun. The part where they let the kids shoot the free throws if someone got fouled was awesome. That was probably the best part of the night. The kids, the faces that they were making. Watch the video. You can see it on we've got it on our YouTube page, KTC Broadcasting. Also, Hunter took we've got about 250. He took about 500 pictures, but I got it edited down to about 250 or 60 really good ones.
Right.
You
had it on sport mode, so sometimes I just held that thing and said I rattle off a good 15 pictures.
But he got some great photos. We've tweeted out a lot of them on our fan pages of the teams that were there, and also on our What's Up Shopper. So go to our KTC Broadcasting and our KTC Facebook page to check out the videos and pictures of those for you folks that were there. I know we had some kids that me and Hunter actually interviewed, that I interviewed over here. Remember Terry and me talking about the Shelby Middle School, and we played some of that. One of the kids was actually on the show. He said, "Hey, do you remember me?" I was like, "Yeah, I do now." And I said, "I wish I'd have known you then that you were a Duke fan, and I wouldn't have let you on the show twice."
That's exactly right.
And then I was like, Robbie one time, they pulled one of the kids out, and now Rob's a Duke fan, and Andy and all them. So our whole broadcast was Duke fans, all three of them. So
I got a question for all three of them, because y'all were there.
Right.
Who was the biggest guy there? Me, from watching just the video, Freeman from State.
The NC State dudes were dunking all over the place.
NC State had the bigger players because they were mostly forwards. If you want to talk size-wise, what's that boy's name that played at NC State? I think he graduated the year before. He didn't play.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Fat boy from State that played.
Yeah,
a couple years ago at State. Big old boy.
Big old center. Man was overweight, but he was huge. He was like 6'10", 6'11". They said he could have played football as a lineman. What was his name?
I will figure it out.
Yeah, but he was there, and he was the biggest, but he didn't play. You can't just type that in.
You can? Why can't you? You type where you want to on the internet. We'll figure it out. Yeah,
what's his name?
Terry, see if you remember him.
Good start.
Well,
we found his picture. We still can't find his name. How does the picture not have a name on it? It's got a copyright.
And I feel bad. I feel bad because I should have interviewed him.
Yeah, he is a guy that come to State, and they had so much expectations for him, but he never turned in. And one reason was that right there, because he didn't know how to be in a workroom.
Take care of himself.
Yes, it was more about eating.
Well, he's put more on since that picture right there.
And that's how he was one of the early guys who went with Abu on into the NBA to try to get there, and they both got turned down, saying they would not be high picks, so they come back to State. you know. So
I was about to say, click on that. And see if we can
and
learn
it bothers
more.
me because it just leaves my head what his name is.
I guarantee we'll find
I
it.
know. I
Yeah.
felt so bad because I finished interviewing Joel, and he was just staring at me like, "Hey, come talk to me." And I was like, "No." I just walked away. I was like, "All right." I talked to Joel. My night's complete. Because you know why I didn't walk up to him is because I could not, for the life of me, remember his name. I was just like, I'm gonna look at you and be like, "Hey, man, what's it like being an NC State fan?"
Yeah, BJ Anya. There you go.
BJ Anya.
Yeah.
All right, well, there we go.
Darn.
BJ Anya. But see, I would have been like, "What's it like being an NC State fan?" And he was like, "I played." I was like, "Oh."
So he was one of the leading shot blockers at North Carolina State of all time.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
No, he's on the. But the
But
state.
now for that size too, I mean, you have to, you know, because a lot of times the elevation is not.
Yeah.
When did he
You don't-
graduate?
yeah,
Was it
you
the
don't
year
have-
before?
That was last year.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
Because he was one of those that decided, hey, I'm going to go on NBA-wise thinking he's got enough talent to be there. And here's my deal, and y'all know this as much as I do. When you play at North Carolina State and you're an average, and see, that's what bothers me about what the NBA is doing, like early withdrawals coming on in. Hey, I'm going to take my chance. When you're not ready, your size is not ready, you're not capable of even competing in the ACC. I mean, that's huge right there, because if you're a top notch, then you're like, I mean, Bagley, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about him. That young man's going to be tough in the NBA also. But when you have it like this and you cannot compete in the ACC, how in the world do you think you're going to compete in the NBA?
Yeah.
You know,
Go out there and
Yeah.
throw elbows.
I mean, when you average like 3 or 4 points a game, hey, I mean, but now you cannot really say that because Davis has proved that otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, because the guy scores 2 points in a championship game and is one of the elite
Yeah, I lost 50
in the
bucks.
NBA. Yeah, so
That dumb eyebrow. Gosh.
but that only happens few and a many. So
As far as, talent-wise, looking at the players, I don't know what you guys thought. Barry didn't show me too much at all. He
he
wasn't-
lost the 3-point contest.
He did. The kid from Huss was draining.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? That's how come Carolina didn't win a national title this year.
Exactly right.
He cannot
Absolutely.
shoot.
He did not show up this year.
And I know they weren't playing like a hard game or anything, but you can see when you look at players, different type of quickness in a player, like NBA type quickness. I didn't see too much. I was thinking like some of these players, I don't see him like just shaking or getting by like NBA. Not as a starter. I think he maybe could find his way as a backup point somewhere. Pinson's got the body.
Raymond Felton.
Pinson's got the
But
body.
he can go. Yeah.
If Theo can, I guess, learn how to
Get it under
shoot better,
control.
or
Get it under control.
quit acting like a football player.
Oh, he's another Green.
But no, he is not Danny Green.
whoa,
No.
Leader of a team.
Danny Green can shoot the rock.
No, he's not talking about Danny Green. He's talking about Draymond.
Oh well,
He's
good
talking about
grief.
Draymond.
He's not that big either. He's
I mean, he was pretty big though. He was bigger than I was
I
expecting.
compared him
when
to
he walked on the court.
MKG-ish.
That's
Y'all
exactly.
think?
He's a bigger MKG.
Okay, that's
what I would
what that's how I'd compare him a little bit. Too.
I think he's better than MKG
You think so?
shooting wise.
He might be.
He's
He
got a
probably
better
is.
shooting
He
motion.
probably. Well, anybody's got a better.
Yeah, think about it.
99.9% of Americans have a better shooting motion.
Hey, so I mean, his jump shot's already prettier. Someone works just with a little bit. I mean, he could be a shooter.
Lonzo might have the only worse shot than MKG in it, and I think those are the two.
But what's so funny is, all right, I'm not even going to get into
Lonzo's
Lonzo.
go in sometimes.
No, but what's so funny about Lonzo is he had that one. There was one game when he came back off of injury, and he had a pull-up jump shot from mid-range, and it was normal. It wasn't from the side. It was from the front of his face, and everybody was like, "Why don't you just shoot like that normally?" It went in.
That's
But
how. Yeah,
instead, he's like,
I think him and Steph. And when Steph was coming in the league, he was so skinny. I used to talk about that they never changed their shot from they were little.
Mhm.
That Steph shot, that's a kid shot.
Yeah.
And the whole the shove and push. It's not a. He doesn't jump and then shoot it.
No.
Like, think about Kobe and Michael and LeBron. Good gosh, he goes so far back behind his head, and
Yeah.
even Dirk and everybody. Yeah, it's not.
Dirk's
It's not.
off.
But anyway,
It's
back
impossible.
to that. The All-Star game that we had 3-point contest, dunk contest. From my point of view, as far as the dunk contest, a lot of people ask, well, they wasn't hitting any dunks. Well, let's talk about it. They had warm-ups, the first quarter, second quarter, 3-point contest. They've been pumped all day. They've been out here. The high school players were on the on the court when we got there almost.
Yeah, like good.
They were there way early.
Yeah.
Way early.
I played and I'm nowhere near shape, whatever. But I played over here in the alumni game, and when I didn't shoot 3-pointers till the third quarter, and I was dead tired. I missed a ton of shots. Delph had already dunked how many times in the game?
Several.
4 or
You
5.
got to be able to finish.
Well, Terry, okay. Mike Sumner's pulling kids out of the crowd in chairs, sitting him almost at the free throw line, and Jordan's like,
He put him at the free throw line, and we're all just like, oh,
Vince
my
Carter's
God.
not walking in that door. What is
Oh, man.
And Dale has to walk up and slide him back. Now,
Yeah.
he get Adrian's credit and everything. But I want to thank Mike and Pet and the Sumner Group and everybody for allowing us to do the broadcast and helping us, providing us
Talking
with
about dog over here.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing, too. The Gastonia All-Stars, hey, at the start, man, if you left them open, they knocked it down.
Yeah.
I mean, they really did.
We only got beat by 3.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But we know good and well.
Come on now.
Come on.
And they had to stop the game,
Y'all
didn't they,
terrible.
Carson? So they just
Multiple
so they could win.
Yeah, all them technicals.
The Gaston team was about to blow.
The technical should have come when Theo Pinson was shoving people off of him halfway across
Now
the
y'all couldn't see that on film, could you? Now Theo didn't.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Theo was JJ Redican pretty bad.
Yeah. You know good and well. You know good and well the ACC team did not try at all. The ACC team.
No,
You know good and well they didn't try. They didn't put
That's all I would ever ask out of something like that is one quarter play your hardest.
Well, then they'd have been up by 20 at the start.
You know.
He's
Because think
such
about
an
it.
angry old man on this for some reason. Y'all missed the best. We should have had the camera.
And the
on
only
video
reason
before
I'd
the first
say that
game.
the ACC would have been up by 20 after the first quarter is think about it. Who's going? If they really tried, who would have been able to guard those big men from the ACC? No one was near that size.
Well,
no one was even 6'8"
I know.
for Theo.
So Theo,
What a difference in
Theo-
high school to college.
Yeah.
Theo jumped against,
Size-wise of seniors.
Theo jumped against John Griffin, and on the jump ball just shoved him in the chest. And Hunter got some really good pictures of it. Like I said, check him out on Facebook of John laughing at him. And then Hunter actually interviewed John. A pretty cool kid, nice kid. And a couple of the ones I wanted to mention. Blake Wilson was the game MVP and the 3-point contest winner from Hunter Huss. Byron Sanders was jumping out of the gym, wasn't he? Number
was
4.
it Sanders or was Sanders was the one that was getting? He got like 3 texts.
No, whoever number 4 was.
That
He
was,
was jumping out of the gym.
yeah.
The one trying to jump over
Yeah.
Trinity's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw
he
that.
did. He
He
just
jumped over her head. He just
Just
he,
couldn't
put
finish.
it down. Yeah.
he's not tall enough to do that dunk. I
No,
don't think
he's not.
he's got the hops for it. There's a pic. Hunter's got a picture of him, Carson. His head is 6 inches below the rim.
I think
What is he, 5'9"? 5'10", 11"?
5'9", 5'10", like
He's not
5'10" would be generous.
Yeah.
He was
But I mean, if
outstanding.
Nate Robinson can do it.
well,
Yeah, you're right.
well, I'm 5'9". I'm not hopping up on the top of the rim.
Nate Robinson was also a DB. in
The
college.
best I could ever do was dunk a tennis ball and grab with like 3 fingers. And
You know, they
so
said-
hang.
There was one time they said if Nate Robinson was Michael Jordan's height, he would have been the greatest athlete on the planet.
He probably could have. He could jump over
Think
basketball
about it.
almost.
He was jumping over Dwight Howard at his height. I mean, hey.
Mike Lamar for Vesper City played pretty good. Both the East Gaston kids, Ryan Grice and Caleb Bridgewater, played
Caleb
pretty decent.
Bridgewater shook Theo Pinson one time.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Both of them, I was impressed by both of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
They played well in conference play.
I will
this
say
year.
this: I was very upset while interviewing Joel. I went over there to get Joel and Theo. Theo gave me the coldest shoulder I've ever felt in my life. He did. He didn't
He
even
didn't
look
wanna
at
talk,
me.
really,
He didn't
yeah.
even look at me. So I had to talk to Joel.
I thought he would love the micro. As soon as he
I
saw the
know,
microphone, he would be
I
like
know.
sitting on
I
Hunter's
was like,
lap or
"Hey
something.
guy, hey Theo, Joel."
You got to interrupt to something that they shouldn't have been talking about, Hunter. You just can't walk
Look,
up in
man,
there.
it
And,
doesn't matter. I put my hands on the shoulder. You guys want to be on the radio? And he turned real fast.
Yeah,
I said, all
Joel.
right, well, Joel it is. Joel, which one of you is funnier, you or Theo? And he said, Theo. I was like, oh, man, this is your chance to roast him. All right, he's going to treat me this way, me this way. Come on now.
and then finally, right before the game, so Grayson's not there, right? So they need another man for their 5-man shifts, I guess. They pull a player from the Gaston County team, and they pull Adrian Delph.
Yeah, think of that.
I looked out there, and Delph, he wasn't warming up with the high school kids anymore, and I was like, where is Adrian? And then all of a sudden he comes
looked
out.
over and he's in the barnstorming
It's like-
jerseys, and I'm like, oh well.
I was like, that's not fair at all. One, I think, let's see what y'all thought. Shouldn't the girls went and played with him? Wouldn't that have been a cool
Probably.
experience
Yeah,
for
that
the
would've been
ladies?
cool.
Because they
A rotation with that would have been
next
great.
time they think of it, they do that. Think about that. Maybe if you got the ladies, let the ladies play with the ACC team.
Gaston County might have won if
if Adrian was on the Gaston County team, it'd have been tough. Terry, he had 25 points.
I never said a word.
yeah. It's noticeable.
You're
Let me
too
put it this way.
quiet.
You're right. The big man would have been hard for the high schoolers to deal with. But you know what would have been hard for the ACC to deal with? Who's guarding Adrian Delph? Unless Theo's not going all out when he's got $1 million on the line down there.
Yeah.
So who's guarding Adrian Delph? Nobody. He dusted him just like he dusted them. Except we would have got a good picture of him dunking on an NC State player and ruined Terry's day. That would have been the best thing about it. Is he would have got to dunk on some NC State
That
players.
would have never happened.
It would have happened. You know, they would have not been paying attention like all NC State players.
And when I saw him out there, I said, all you got to do is feed Leonard Freeman, and he would just absolutely.
Feed the big man.
Yeah.
Carson, did one of y'all see Adrian throw the ball off the wall in warm-ups? He did a wall oop dunk to himself. Threw it off the wall and
like
bounced.
what LeBron does.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. His coach Grayson Pierce tweeted it out. And
kid's a freak athlete.
Yeah,
he's a freak athlete.
I'm glad you guys got to see him because you know Appalachia's not exactly on TV all the time. I don't know exactly how it's going to work up there.
They haven't really been known for their basketball program.
But when a 6'3" guy's going up doing windmills between the legs,
he had what was so funny to
that
watch.
3 pulled from about half court.
What is so funny to watch is basketball players when a dunk happens, you watch the bench because the bench goes crazy.
How is the bench going? When
the bench was going crazy. The ACC bench was going crazy when Delph was pulling some of the stuff off. They were kind of like, "Who is this kid?" And I'm thinking, "Well, he's going out."
Just think if he was on the other team dunking on them, how much fun that would have been too. Like they would have been like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, I know. They'd be like, "Wait a minute now."
All right, guys, we got to take a break. We were a little bit way too long on that one, but we're gonna catch up on our breakfast and our break, and we're gonna be back some more. We've got a mock draft in the second part of the hour. We're gonna talk some high school baseball. NBA playoffs started this week. We're in the middle of that. Terry Celtics last night.
That's all right. We knew we was going to lose one too.
Hunters Wizards last night. Woo!
Finally trying to get back in.
They win.
Ric Flair.
Indiana getting ready to put Cleveland out of this
Is
thing.
LeBron going to lose in the first round? Here's something funny before we go.
Worst matchup they could have had.
Something real funny. LeBron fans have been talking about how Jordan lost in the first round and LeBron has never lost in the first round. Now remember that they're making an argument about Jordan and LeBron. First round. So if LeBron is undefeated in the first round, that counts as something, and Jordan didn't. But in the finals, they're undefeated, and he's LeBron is 5 times, but that doesn't count. So whatever. All right, who knows? All right, let's put the NBA playoffs coming up in just a minute. We'll be back on KTC.
Get ready to march into camping season with amazing deals at Campers Inn RV of Kings Mountain. They're so excited for spring, they're slashing prices on top brands of motorhomes, travel trailers, and fifth wheels, like the Forest River FR3, the Palomino Columbus, and Campers Inn RV exclusives like the Cruiser Embrace and Forest River Acadia. Don't miss out. These campers are moving fast. If you're excited for campfires, s'mores, and the great outdoors, visit Campers Inn RV, the RVer's trusted resource today. Campers Inn, Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain, online at campersinn.com.
Kanye McClooney of Shelby High School is this month's McDonald's WOHS What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete of the Month. Kenya is the daughter of Donnell McClooney and Tanya Thompson. Kenya plays basketball for the Lady Golden Lions and has a grade point average of 4.2. Her advanced courses include anatomy and physiology, medical terminology, English with honors, and civics and economics. Her extracurricular activities include the Beta Club, the National Honor Society, the Interact Club, Relay for Life, the CTE National Honor Society, the Environmental Club, and Junior Civitans. She's a member of the Faith Harvest Church. Her community activities include volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club, the BICOM Restoration, and Learning Academy. Kenya plans to attend a 4-year university and major in nursing and hopefully becoming a nurse practitioner. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
Everyone loves spring, and for many different reasons. And one of those reasons is the Spring Fling promotion through June at Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. It's the best time to get a loan for that special item you've been looking for. Get rates as low as 1.99% APR on new car loans and rates as low as 2.49% APR for used cars. With financing up to 84 months and guaranteed auto protection is available. Rates and terms are based on evaluation of credit. Don't miss the Spring Fling promotion now through June at Carolina Federal Credit Union, 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Online at carolinafcu.org. Everyone loves spring, and for many different reasons. And one of those reasons is the Spring Fling promotion through June at Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. It's the best time to get a loan for that special item you've been looking for. Get rates as low as 1.99% APR on new car loans and rates as low as 2.49% APR for used cars. With financing up to 84 months and guaranteed auto protection is available. Rates and terms are based on evaluation of credit. Don't miss the Spring Fling promotion now through June at Carolina Federal Credit Union, 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Online at carolinafcu.org. When you need service on your automobile, do what I do and what most people around this area do. They take it to Rick's Automotive in Cherryville. They do it all at Rick's Automotive in Cherryville. Rick Walker and his staff is dedicated at providing you the best in automotive care, from an oil change to a tune-up to a full set of tires. Be sure to check out their tire specials before you buy. That's Rick's Automotive, 1001 East Main Street in Cherryville. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. Just call 704-435-3801 for Rick's Automotive in Cherryville. From auto to home to business to life insurance, your hometown agent is Rocky Bennett at Bennett Insurance Group. Rocky has been serving this area for over 33 years, offering you the best in coverage with Erie Insurance. No matter your claim, Rocky will work side by side with you for your best coverage. See Rocky Bennett today at Bennett Insurance Group, 116 West Main Street in Cherryville. Call 704-435-0270 for Bennett Insurance in Cherryville.
I guess we're back now. It's Saturday. Saturday. I got something, Terry. We won't give away now that it's Saturday. I have in my possession a gift certificate for 4 family pack of 4 free tickets to Monster Truck Showdown tonight at the Cleveland County Fair. Now, we're going to have a trivia question coming up at the top of the hour, so stay tuned. Top of the hour. Not this second. We got to come up with something good for everybody. We're gonna maybe Hunter and Carson come up with something, or some, who knows what's gonna come out of the mind of Terry this morning.
Is water wet? Right,
is that
go.
Dear God.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah. There's your question.
Is that how that's supposed to go?
There's your question. We'll hear from you at the top of the hour.
But tonight we're going to give away some Monster Truck Showdown tickets. They're having the Monster Truck server there at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. Gates open at 5. I think the show's at 6:30 or 7. I'll get the exact details in when I got it down the hallway. But anyway, went last year with the kids. What's cool, before the show, they've got one of the Monster Truck school buses that you can ride that drives around in the dirt, and kids love it. And they also, the ones that do the show and the four-wheelers that are out there, you can go down on the track. You can get on the four-wheelers and sit on them and get your pictures taken, and you can you can't crawl up on the monster trucks, but they've got them roped off, but you can touch them and get as close as you want to them. Just can't crawl up on them and drive them or anything, but it's really cool. The kids love it. I mean, it's just outstanding good time. So we're going to give those away here in just a little bit. Also, let's see, today we've got NASCAR racing today. Xfinity Series on KTC, and we're going to get into real quick while y'all are thinking about it. Major League Baseball, real quick. You guys talking Braves a second ago, and here on KTC WCSL 1590 AM, we broadcast Atlanta Braves baseball. And you guys doing a little bit better than last year, right, Hunter?
That's exactly right. That's real nice to see.
So
it's good to see when we're over 500. It's very rare, and it might go away really fast, but let's embrace it while we can.
So are you going to make the playoffs?
No.
No?
No. Well, you're not going to get a wild card.
No. Yeah. And I'm okay with that, to be honest.
I mean, if our record improves from last year, even if it's by 10 games, it's still a good season because then we're 10 games better than we were last year.
I mean, my whole thing is you've got Acuna coming up in a couple weeks. Mike Soroka will be up in a couple weeks. You know, at a certain point, like, you know, it's nice to see Preston Tucker doing good, and it's good to see, you know, how good they've played and the numbers that they put up offensively, but I'm just ready to see Acuna. Honestly, at this point, like, that's what I waited all winter for. That's what I waited the last 2 months of last year for.
Why is he wearing an Oakland A's hat?
Well, hey, you know, I just like hats.
I saw Terry looking at you.
Hats.
I just like hats, man. Is it such a crime that I'll?
Hey, I love a green and gold hat. I'll tell you that, Hunter. I mean, Carson, looks nice on you.
I like a green and gold hat, too. You know, I went to high school at a green and gold school.
No, you see, listen, you can have multiple teams that you pull for. The Braves are my number one, obviously, but you know you got to have backups.
You do.
Well, this is
You
how it
gotta-
is for me.
I do.
Yeah. And if I'm gonna
yeah.
watch a late game, I might as well have. You know,
This
West Coast
might
game.
sound crazy, but like in sports, especially football, I might have an NFC team and I'll have an AFC team. Of course, my NFC team is the Redskins. I've been a Redskins fan for years. AFC team, you know, it could be anybody. Same with baseball. I have an NL team, AL team. You know, when there's different divisions, I mean, it's okay. But it would be weird, you know, if I came out and said, oh, I'm a Redskins fan, but I also pull for the Dallas Cowboys. You just can't do that.
No.
You just can't do that.
And I'm on the same level when I pick my teams. I'm a Kansas City man.
Mm-hmm.
But my second team is the Atlanta Braves, and I'm
it's
with
Braves
y'all. And the
country
reason
out here.
being because my grandpa always pulled for Atlanta,
Yeah.
and he died way back in 1991 before they would
got
become
good,
good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
And every time we'd go somewhere, and my parents would go we'd shopping, me and him would sit out in the car, and I would listen to the Braves with him. You know,
Yeah.
at night
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So that was always special to me. But
Yeah.
third team, if I had to pick another one, and I went over to the back into the American League, I would take the Yankees, and just on kind of dynasty wise, you know,
Right.
of what they've done. Because I'm not a
Yeah.
Boston man. I've never have liked
I was about to say, that
Boston.
would be mine for
I'm
the
a
American
Boston
League.
Celtic man, but that's funny. People say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
American League, it would be the Red Sox for me because same like my grandfather. My grandfather's been a Red Sox fan since he's 8 years old. So he always comes to the house with Boston Red Sox hat on. He's been to my uncle has taken in up there to see Boston play a couple times out there. Big Green Monster. He got to see that. That's real nice. So that would be my team, of course. National League, I stay at the Braves. That'd be it for me. But
and the NFL wise,
yeah,
I'm a Dallas man,
yeah.
and I always had Washington last
I hear you.
until Carolina Panthers were born.
Yeah, and then
And I had to go down there and I had to listen to all that ruckus I was hearing about how that bad Dallas was around me, sitting in our little spots that we sat in. And then all of a sudden Carolina became my worst team ever. And Washington moved up a spot.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
It's
that.
just
Absolutely.
29 A and B. It's not.
So
Yeah,
that-
that's right.
I walked down the hall for a second, and you're talking about the Cowboys again. What happened to baseball?
Oh, it's going through.
It's full circle.
Yeah, it's full circle here.
It
Talking
started
about,
with
you know,
why he's wearing an A's hat, and I said, well,
Oh, okay,
everybody
yeah.
has different teams that
Yeah.
they pull for.
Got
I mean,
you
you can
now.
have multiple. That's what we were talking about.
Got you now. I was just wondering how Terry ended up back
Kevin,
on the
this is
Cowboys.
what happens
Look,
when you leave.
In 15 minutes, Terry,
you
we're
can
talking
have-
Cowboys.
but you can
We'll
also
talk about how
have-
terrible Jerry Jones is.
That's like me. A lot of times I'll wear my state stuff, and people know I'm a state man. But every now and then I'll wear Tennessee, and people say, "You're a Tennessee Volunteer," and I said, "I was when Lane Kiffin was there." And I bought, I did. And the people say, "Oh my Lord!"
that out loud?
Yes. And you know, and people say, "What in the world?" And I said, "I was when he was there." I said, "He's done a lot that a lot of people do not know of." He never got the opportunity to prove himself at Tennessee, and that's just me.
Well, this is like for me. I pull for Carolina in most sports, basketball especially. But when it comes football time, Georgia football is my thing. I love Georgia football. I eat it up, and it. You know, even when Mark Richt was
Eat
there
it up.
struggling, and everybody's probably thinking,
Eat
"Oh, you're
it
just
up.
jumping on it because y'all went to the national championship game." No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. I've loved him since AJ Green was there. You know, Aaron Murray back in the day. God, he made a move against Alabama. I'll never forget that. When they were struggling, not making bowl games, I just like them because I like Bulldogs. I think it's awesome. Okay.
And speaking of stuff like that, I mean, I've been around people, and a lot of people question other teams and people like it, but I love getting around the people who like minor league baseball.
Yeah.
Like the Hickory Crawdads. I mean, they're so diehard. They could tell you every player that played on that team. And I love being around them people because I'm like, I'm not a person who watches the Crawdads all the time, and they're right up the road from me.
Yeah.
But I love the fans who know their players.
Do you like going down to see Knights games?
Yes, I love going to watch the Knights play.
I went to the Knights games Tuesday. I went there. They actually put me on the big screen. They asked me a question. They did, and I got it right. I got it right. I did. But I love it.
Did you get free passes?
No, I got half off of a haircut at Great Clips.
Hey, there you go.
I know, but I'm not going to use it.